Always good to have father-son combinations in footy, and Karingal have got one of the best. They've got Michael Treip and Jay Treip as well, who've done a lot for the football club. Michael, former player at Karingal, former junior coach as well. Good to have you with us, Michael. It's a big day for the footy club, and no doubt you're delighted to have Jay playing some great footy as well.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a good season to date. The season's been fine for all three grades, really. So, the 19s had another good win today. The twos are going well out there, and hopefully the seniors can consolidate up the top of the ladder this week. So, I'm rapt to have Jai playing a bit of senior footy this year, so he's really enjoying it.
Yes, I'll get his name right, Jai. Now, Jai, you're not far away from Dandenong Stingrays playing some senior footy. When do you think you might get the call up?
I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks. You've got the Futures games coming up where they play a few bottom ages, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Has it been a bit frustrating thinking you're close, or you're just enjoying the experience?
Yeah, no, it's just good to be down there on the list. Just training around those boys is just really good, and it's good to be playing senior footy at Karingal.
It's an excellent culture, isn't it? Because they might not want a premiership, but gee, they've been close a few times, haven't they, the Stingrays?
Yeah, definitely close a few times, so this year's list is pretty good, so hopefully this could be the year.
Now, Michael, obviously being a lover of footy, what have you enjoyed about the Dandenong Stingrays and just being in the environment?
It's probably their professionalism. Obviously, for the young kids coming through, it's a lot different to junior football, and when they get into that program really early as a 14, 15-year-old, it really teaches them, the best way to go about preparing for their football and the amount of work that they've got to do to get to that certain level. So it's been great for Jai and all our players that have gone through the program over the last 5, 6, 7 years. So,
what do you learn about the game yourself when you go down to the Dandenong Stingrays that you mightn't already know, considering your long history in it?
I think it's a little bit different out there because they've almost got a zone set up, so you can't, you don't get the presses that you probably get in local footy these days, where everyone's pushing up the ground and so forth. So it's more conventional one-on-one sort of footy. So it's probably more the training drills.
Yeah.
That when I can get there, obviously, I'm at Karingal usually during the week, so I can't get to all the training sessions. But the ones that I have, you pick up just little things that you can bring back to clubland.
Now, Jai, you are a bottom age player at the Stingrays, is that right? So you've got a couple of years left?
Yeah, so I'm a bottom ager, 17-year-old this year, so next year will be my top age year as an 18-year-old, so looking forward to it.
So there might, even if you play a couple of games this year, there's a big opportunity for you to establish yourself next year. So if you get a chance this year, you can really prove that you deserve to be there for next year.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully get one or two this year and set myself up for a big one next year.
And the team's flying, aren't they? I mean, they're again in contention once again. What do you think it needs to do just to break the duck and win a premiership?
I don't know. It's gonna help having all their schoolboys, and obviously there's a few boys at Big Country now. So if they can get them all back in the team and keep winning games of footy, it should be good. Hopefully get a big win in the finals.
And what about Karingal? The Bulls this year, they're flying, aren't they?
Yeah, we are. In 19s, 2s and 1s. And 19s are going really well. Our 2s are on top, I think, and we're equal first in the 1s. So it'll be interesting, but hopefully keep going. And
Michael, why do you think the club's going so well?
Oh, it's no secret. It's been a hard sort of 5, 6, 7 years, since we played in that premiership, I think in 2012. So probably an exciting thing this year is we've got a lot of the ex-players back. They've ventured off for various reasons, whether it was coaching or other opportunities. So not only obviously great players, but really quality people. And the recruits that come on top of them as well have all just fitted in well, and it's just got a great vibe. I know that everyone talks about the rooms and all that sort of stuff, which has been great. Obviously, it's better when you're training and playing in great facilities, but I think just the people and the setup and the committee and everyone this year, everyone's working in the same direction, and it's held us in good stead.
And is there an incentive that First Division's where you belong?
Oh, 100%. I don't think... I think probably from a football perspective, we were happy to go back this year. We've had a really young list with a lot of the kids that have come through over the last sort of 4 years through the under-19s, which most of them are playing in the senior team now and in the reserves, which is great. So we've finally got that flow-on effect that we've probably lacked in the 5 years preceding that. So obviously the goal is to play Division 1 footy, and as those kids, whether, I don't know if we go back next year or the year after or whatever the plan is there, those can then start to mature in that 23, 24-year-old bracket, and we can feel like we can really contend in top division.
And Jai, what are you learning as a senior player which you think will help you down the track?
Just quicker ball movements, just different to under-19s coming out of junior footy, just playing around the boys I've been looking up to for a few years, being around the club. It's just fun and I'm enjoying it. So. And
Brett Dunn as a coach?
Yeah, Brett, he's our senior coach, so it's been good learning off him. I think I'm my 4th game in the seniors today and already learned a lot, so
Now, I need to ask you too, Michael, and we had Brendan Dunn on before, and he's the culture manager, which is something I haven't heard at local footy before. I was saying earlier that the Australian men's hockey team for the Commonwealth Games, of which I was a media liaison officer for, had a culture coach, which they normally would have a psychologist for all those Australian national teams, and well, they went on to win a gold medal. How important has he been to the club as well?
Oh, he's been super. He's obviously was a huge figure when he was coach here for sort of 4 years, and another couple as an assistant. So to say that it left a huge hole in the place is, without being unfair to Brendan, but to get him back just as a person, first and foremost, and then to take on that role as a cultural manager, that's what he sort of pushed to the club as why he wanted to come back. It wasn't necessarily, had nothing to do with coaching or playing or anything like that. He's just a quality human being, to be honest. He gets around everyone in the club. He's willing to speak to anyone about whether, they're going well or not so well. And, even a few issues out there in the 19s this morning, just a few guys lose their head here and there, and he gets around him in the breaks and settles them down. And he's just one of those people you naturally trust and you can confide in. And he's been a huge presence this year in the club, no doubt. And obviously very exciting to have him back last week as a player. I know I'm stoked to have Jai out there playing with him. And, I'm sure he's going to get better on field as well.
And what has he taught you, Jai?
Just more off-field stuff as well as on. He's a great leader around the club. He's a bit of a role model, so you sort of try and look up to him on and off the field. Good actions on and off the field. He sort of taught us all around the club, so it's been good to have him back.
Well, let's hope you get your first game with the Stingrays in the next couple of weeks and you can cement your spot and be ready as a top 8 player next year. And good luck for the rest of the season in the seniors at Karingal, and be there for the finals because the team's looking good. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Thanks to Michael. You're obviously enjoying watching him play and watching the club go really well. So I really thank you for your time as well.
No worries. Thank you very much.